Coming up on Mountain News this morning, legal teams for Lieutenant Governor Jeanine Hampton and Governor Matt Bevin will go head to head. And officials with the Kentucky State Department of Tourism say Kentucky tourism is on the rise. We take a look at what that means for the state's economy. Plus, one man was charged with manslaughter out of Laurel County in connection to a deadly crash in 2018.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:01 on Monday, August the 19th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Yesterday was a hot one, and we're going to see much of the same today. Let's bring in Brandon Robinson for a breakdown of just exactly what should we expect and if there is any sort of relief on the way. Brandon, it's your last Monday at WYMT. Good morning.
Good morning it is, my friend, and we're going to see a fairly nice start to the week as we head deeper into the forecast today. Maybe not so much. Let's take a look at some of those visibility numbers right now, and things are fairly quiet for us. A little bit of limited visibility there, Harlan and Jacksboro. But remember, these sensors are at the airports, which are usually in the higher elevations, so we could be seeing, again, a little bit more fog in the valley. So just be careful this morning. 68 Hazard, 71 Jackson, Pikeville, 73 in Prestonsburg's the warm spot in the region, 71 in London, a trio of 66s there, Middlesboro, Harlan, and Jonesville. That's the coolest spots in our region across the state. Lots of 70s, only a couple of 60s there. Cincinnati at 69, along with Charleston, and 67 in the Tri-Cities. Your planner for today, 92 or better, and we factor in that heat index could feel like 95 to 99. So again, just take your heat precautions. We'll talk more about those precautions and maybe take a look at the Pikeville Medical Center camera coming up here in just a bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, tourism is increasing in the Bluegrass State. 71.6 million people visited Kentucky last year. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with a tourism official to learn what this means for our local businesses.
Tourism is increasing, and that means the economy is too.
Tourism spending is great in that it's money from outside our region coming into our region.
Pike County Tourism Marketing Director Jay Shepard says these numbers are not shocking.
We've worked really hard to get these numbers up, and I'm not surprised at all that people love our region.
In 2018, 71.6 million visitors spent nearly $7.6 billion in Kentucky.
They spend the money here, and it increases our economy because it's not our money circulating, it's their money entering into our economy, and that's one of the great things about tourism.
Shepard says local businesses play a big part in the tourism experience.
We were recently awarded with the Economic Engine Award from the Kentucky travel industry.
Visitors spent more than $64 million in Pike County.
We're stronger together. We need to get rid of these county lines. We need to stand up as a region.
Utilizing the resources in this area has helped them achieve skyrocketing numbers.
Because they don't care about county lines, they just want to make sure they have the best experience for their visitors.
Shepard says the numbers will not stop there.
I mean, yeah, everybody has a Walmart. I'm not saying Walmart's bad. I'm just saying when you go to a town, you want to see the flavor of that town.
Keeping tourism alive and the economy stimulated. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials also say visitor spending increased nearly 4% in 2018. Legal teams for Lieutenant Governor Jeanine Hampton and Governor Matt Bevin will go head-to-head later this morning. Hampton is suing Bevin, arguing his administration wrongfully fired two of her staffers. Steve Nipper was fired in January for refusing to resign after announcing his candidacy for Secretary of State. An attorney for Hampton says only staff appointed by the governor must step down before running for state election.
It indicates that it applies to governor-appointed staff. And as our suit maintains, these staff were appointed, and rightfully so, by the lieutenant governor, not the governor.
5 months later, Hampton's Deputy Chief of Staff, Adrian Southworth, was let go for unknown reasons. A hearing is scheduled for 10 in the morning in front of Franklin Circuit Court Judge Philip Shepard. For years, Michael Clark was in and out of jail for numerous charges, but for the past 3 years, he has been traveling across the country, sharing his story on how he was able to beat his addiction to drugs and how the Lord has changed his life completely. Yesterday, he preached his message at the Blair Memorial Baptist Church.
All through the Bible, he chose things that the least and the outcast and the broken, and well, he found a good one there with me because I was the least and outcasted and broken and hurting in every aspect of my life.
Clark has a Facebook page called Michael Clark Ministries where he shares daily motivational videos. One woman is behind bars in Laurel County after police say she tried to set a house on fire. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies arrested 56-year-old Rhonda L. Westerfield of London Saturday night. Deputies responded of a complaint off of Billy Mays Road in London that Westerfield was trying to set a house on fire and there was smoke in the bedroom. Following an investigation, deputies charged Westerfield with third-degree arson and alcohol intoxication. She was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. This past week, one man was charged with manslaughter out of Laurel County. Deputies there say Josh Stouffer's charges are in connection with the fatal crash last November. Krista Frost talked with the mother of the woman killed in that crash and how her family is pushing for justice.
US 25 South, a frequently traveled road between London and Corbin. About 9 months ago, this is what it looked like.
He had picked her up at McDonald's that day, and they was on their way to pick the kids up at school.
Rosalie Simpson is talking about her daughter, Charity, and Charity's husband, Josh. They were headed south on 25, only about a mile from McDonald's, when their car collided with a truck that hit the passenger side where Charity sat.
The man that was in the pool place said it jarred his window, so he had never heard a wreck so loud in his life.
Simpson was just down the road when she got the call.
I saw the car and I ran over and I said, "Where's Charity? Where's my baby?" She wasn't just my youngest daughter, she was my best friend.
Charity died in that crash. Simpson says the only broken bones Charity had were in her wrist. What she thinks was Charity reaching for the wheel to stop the crash. Now, months later, Charity's husband, Josh Stouffer, faces charges for manslaughter, operating a vehicle under the influence, and operating on a suspended license, all among other things. Simpson says she had a feeling there was more to this crash, and now all she wants is justice.
These 3 babies right here are without a mom.
For her family and for her daughter. In Laurel County, Krista Frost, WYMT Mountain News.
Stouffer is being held in the Laurel County Detention Center on a $50,000 cash bond. Simpson says Stouffer's next court appearance is this Thursday. A woman is accused of assaulting a store clerk in Clay County over being charged for a cup of water. The Clay County Sheriff's Office arrested 26-year-old Wendy Centers of Manchester. The alleged assault happened in Mike's Quick Stop in Manchester around 5:40 Saturday. Deputies say Centers assaulted the store clerk because the clerk charged her 25 cents for a cup of water. Deputies say she then admitted the assault to police. She is charged with 4th-degree assault and 3rd-degree criminal mischief. If you were driving along Highway 80 in Knott County Sunday morning, you may have seen a rock slide blocking the eastbound lanes. Now those lanes are back open. Our reporter went to the scene later in the day and saw that the road was clear. The rock slide happened near the soft shell area around 9 in the morning. The Transportation Department cleared the area shortly after. Well, check out this video. Strong storms in Walton, Kansas derailed around 140 cars on 2 trains. Forecasters say winds were more than 80 miles per hour along with heavy rains. More than a mile of train was blocked by the derailed trains. The storms caused damages and power outages across other parts of the state. Federal aviation officials are investigating a deadly plane crash in New York. Officials with the FAA say the Cessna 303 crashed into a house in Unionville on Saturday. 3 people were in the house. State police say 1 man from the house is unaccounted for. 1 woman has life-threatening injuries and 1 is not hurt. Witnesses described how one of the women was able to get out.
She was afraid of a little bit to jump, and somebody came by grabbed the ladder, and she was able to get on the ladder. She got out, and she was screaming, and we said, "Is there anybody else in the house?" She says, "My dad."
The crash killed one of the 3 men on board the twin-engine plane. Police say the plane took off from Orange County Airport and stopped to refuel. It had just taken off again, heading for Long Island, when the pilot reported engine trouble.
Well, the forecast this morning starting off nice in most areas, a little bit of patchy fog. Let's go to Pikeville Medical Center camera over downtown Pikeville as daylight starting to break there. And just a few clouds around parts of the area this morning. Temperatures fairly mild for this time of the year. We'll take a look at the map there and you can see 70s in the northern parts of the region and some 60s down south from Hazard all the way down into East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, Southern Kentucky. A few degrees warmer this morning than it was yesterday morning. We're seeing about to where it was yesterday in some spots. And the forecast for today, 92 or better. Small chance for a stray shower or storm, but for the most part, sun and clouds for much of the day. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. And thank you for joining us right here on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. In Wisconsin, one program provided those with disabilities a chance to go out on a boat and fish. Those involved talked about the impact it has. And 2 men are being praised as heroes after jumping into the sea to save a woman in a wheelchair from drowning.